Hi, so my mom and dad got some stuff to show you and sell on eBay. So I think that's it right over here. Yeah, so they're going to sell what this stuff is because I wasn't there, of course, so
we got a bunch of stuff from some auctions that we won off HiBid, some Goodwill stores that I hit, and the Goodwill bins. This week was actually a little bit better than last week. Last week was kind of rough, a little discouraging. Didn't make it to the Amazon bin store last week. Just wasn't finding a lot. So this week, not a ton, but some cool stuff that I wanted to show you guys. So I actually found these on HiBid. It was in a lot of like this kind of stuff, baby stuff, old vintage. There was some booties in there. Some brush, like a baby brush, stuff like that. And I've heard before about vintage like toiletry items and that. I tried to look them up before bidding. I don't know if I really could find it because the pictures weren't that great, but I won the lot, I think, for like $5. I figured I'd take a chance. These both can go for about $40 each. I think they're both new, unused. The inside of the cap isn't, gunky at all. Maybe this one's used, but it feels full, so we'll see. But $40 each on these. Found these in a grab bag at Goodwill for $5. These are Super Sprouts. Never heard of them. I'm not sure if it's a TV show or if it's just a brand. They're puppets and they're vegetables. They caught my eye, something different. Vegetable Plush can sometimes be good. VeggieTales can sometimes do well. There's not a lot listed, not a lot sold for these different characters, but about $30 is what I was seeing per character on some of the most recent comps. So this is probably my favorite find of the week, a plush that I found at the Goodwill bins. This is a 1989 PJ Sparkles, I think, and can go for about $100, give or take, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. Very, very good condition. I actually found it in a grab bag at the Goodwill bins from a store that it had come from and not sold at. So I don't know what store it came from or what, but I was very excited. I saw the sparkly yellow in the bag, and I didn't know the name of it, but I had seen them before on comps and that, and I was very excited about that. Found some ink at the Goodwill bins, and this one goes for about $50, even though it's expired. I don't know if this is the date of expiration or if it's just a date for whatever. It's for the Office Jet, and even with the older date, be it expiration or whatever, as long as you disclose that, they still sell. So I don't know if it's just because they're still sealed that they're still good for some time, but with the same date of 2014, it sold for $50. So this little felt burrow and bunny might only go for between $15 and $20, but I just wanted to show you guys the power of the Google image search. No tags or anything. I wasn't expecting to find any similar listings or whatever. I took a picture of the felt burrow with the little bunny and it came up. I guess the brand is Love and then Very, all one word. And normally it would have come with 3 bunnies and maybe some carrots. I was seeing some other listings with stuff like that. But there's one set listed right now for like $35 with the 3 bunnies and then another with just the carrots. So I might be able to get $15 or so for it. But always use that Google image search if you're wondering about something. So this vintage Apple pen made in Germany came in a lot from another auction that Frank picked up of office supplies. Had a bin full of pens and pencils. He was gonna throw them out, but he thought he'd let me go through it and see if there was anything of value, and I found this, caught my eye. And this could go for about $20 to $30, maybe. There's one listed right now for $100, and that's not what the comps are showing, but yeah, 20 or 30. Thought it was pretty cool, an old Apple ballpoint pen. I picked up a Christmas lot of a bunch of stuff for $10 on HiBid. It was another auction pickup. And so I went through all the Christmas stuff today looking to see if I could find anything of value, what was there. I couldn't tell from the pictures they took. Found these little vintage elves on reindeer, not in the most perfect condition, but these type of things have gone for like 30 to 40, 50, depending on condition. So, but I mean, I might be able to get $20 or so for them. So these vintage elves, I don't know if these are considered knee huggers, but with these faces are, you know, look out for them. Look them up if you ever see them. Some other little elf head bags from the Christmas lot I picked up for $10. No brand or anything really on them except for a sticker. It says made in Japan. Can obviously tell that they're vintage. They unzip. They're like little treat bags or just, I don't know, like not quite stockings, but I don't know. I tried to search them with keywords. I found one that came up that sold November 6th. One of them sold for $30 for bid. And then I tried looking a little bit more on WorthPoint, and there was 2 together that sold, still new in their package, but 2 together sold for $90 back in August, I believe it was. So, and there's none of those listed right now. I had a heck of a time trying to figure out what these were, but so yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll list them both for $100, you know, the set, and see what we get, being that I got the only ones right now. So in that same Christmas lot from the auction I picked up, I found a set of Disney Advent calendar pins and the tree that they go in for each day in December. Still in their packages on their cards, all 25 pins, Disney pins. I'm having a bit of a hard time trying to figure out comps. I think a card of 4 sold for $40 maybe, just like one set. Some of the pins might sell for like $20 on their own. I checked on WorthPoint to see. It looked like the tree with all the pins has sold before for $220 for that year, 2002. So I don't know, maybe I'll list it at, I don't know, maybe I'll list it at $250 or something and be open to offers. But I was very excited to see those Disney pins when I was going through all those bins of Christmas things, because Disney pins can be pretty good. I mean, even just selling them all separately. So we'll see, but that was definitely a cool find.
Okay, Janelle says it is my turn now because this is a majority of the stuff that I bid on high bid and won, and Janelle went and picked it up. But the first 2 things are things that she actually got at the Amazon bin store that she probably should have talked about, and somehow it got grouped up to me. I think she's trying to get me to do her work, maybe? You trying to con me into doing some of your work, honey?
Well, I was having you do it because you listed it today and you knew the price it was for and everything.
All right. So the first thing is an aquarium filter. This is one of the only 2 things Janelle found at the Amazon bin store on Friday. I guess it was a horrible trip. She went and she said it was just very busy. Not a lot of stuff that was worth getting at the high $9 restock rate. And it was a holiday, so she had Frankie with her. So add all them factors, and it gets very difficult to fight your way through a bin store and find goodies. But anyway, this is going to go for probably about $30 to $40 if we're lucky, because it is not really a name brand, but it's new. It's already listed, got it up, so we'll see what happens with that. The second thing she found at the Amazon bin store, which probably made it well worth her trip, and very lucky that she found, were these in-ear headphones by Bose. Comps are all over the place. They're from like, I think 200 all the way up to like 300, 350. I don't know why it's such a big jump. They're all new. They're all in box packaging. I don't know. I got these listed pretty high right now. We're about 250 range. I think I put them for. We'll see what happens. But they are brand new. They're all still in the packaging and everything. The only thing is that the box is damaged. So I'm guessing that that's why they ended up in the bin store. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we're going to take offers on that and go down a little bit for, I mean, $9 that she paid for them. We're okay with a $200 profit on that. So I'm not sure if this was going to be worth the pickup, but we only paid $5 for it. But there was some drive time involved to go get it. Not terribly far. I don't know, maybe what, half-hour round trip? Yeah. Whatever. This is not vintage. It's retro, but it's a record player and a CD player and a radio, FM and AM radio. And I could not really find any sold comps on this. Couldn't really find many listed either. I think I did find one sold comp on this for 20 to 30 maybe. Might have even been 15 now that I think of it. I'll post it on the screen if I find it. I'm going to list this for, I think I already did list it actually. I'm going to list this for about 30 to 40 bucks. See what happens, take some offers. We paid $5 for both, so we're really, you know, we sell each thing for 20. It made it worth it, I guess. This is another radio. Sanyo? I don't know. And I think I listed this for like $38 or 40 bucks. There were some sold comps for it, but heck, $5. Nobody else bid against me to go above the $5. Why not, I guess. So you remember Janelle talking about that Apple pen that was in that box? Well, that box was a box labeled office supplies on the auction that we paid quite a bit for. I paid up for it. I almost won it for very cheap. It was like $5 starting, and then the last day someone was bidding it up a lot, and it got up to like 50 bucks. And it had this sitting in the box of office supplies. And if you guys know anything about vintage Walkmans, they can be pretty valuable. This alone without a box can go anywhere from $50 to $100. And this is in the box. I don't even know if this thing was used, to be honest with you. It looks like good as new. The only issue that was that we did have with it is that the foam to the headphones has been is disintegrated. I mean, there's like nothing left to them, and I think that's kind of common. I think that just happens. I mean, unless you're gonna vacuum seal it away from oxygen and light and preserve it, I guess. So that's not a huge deal. But I think we're the only ones listed right now with a box. There was a couple sold with the box that were around 150 range, maybe 200. So I'm going to list this closer to the 200 range and then drop it down based on the interest that we receive from it. If we don't end up sending many offers on this, you know, or getting many views or watchers or whatever, I'll start dropping the price a bit and see what we end up selling that for. There's also a bunch of computer games and software in that box too, labeled office supplies. I went through it and there really wasn't anything of value. The only thing I really pulled out was this. And the only reason I pulled it out is because all the literature is in there. All the CDs are in there. They're still in the sleeves. I don't even know if this has been used because there wasn't like literally one scratch or speck of dust on the CDs. So I'm going to list this for 15 bucks or whatever just to try to get some of our money back on that $50 lot. And then also there was this that I wanted to talk about. I will not be listing this. I wish I could. It's Adobe InDesign C4, CS4. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it does. But I comped it. And there's comps for like $40 for this, which would be really cool if we could do that. But I don't know if the product key's been used. And most likely it has been used. And which means if it's been used, nobody's going to really be able to install this on an older I think it's for Macintosh actually, but nobody's going to be able to really install this on an older Macintosh because it's going to ask for that product key that's already been used and probably not work. I think it's from like 2009 or something like that when I looked it up. But I just wanted to talk about that to let you guys know if you see used software with decent comps, be careful. Make sure it doesn't have like a product key that has to be sent online and like cross-reference to see if it was used or not in order to use the software. I don't know much about like newer style software. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. Could actually somebody use this as a backup CD or a spare CD and use their product key that they already have? I don't know. Let me know. Because if that's the case, I definitely will list this for $40 as like a backup CD or replacement disc.
So that was all the stuff that my mom and dad found for today.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. And if you haven't had your fix, I'll post another video here and there. And if you liked what you saw, give it the old thumbs up and drop us some comments on what you thought of the stuff we found. See ya.
See you later.